Today we are launching our brand new series called Pitiful Trump Apologists. And today I would like to highlight an asshole that works over at CNN by the name of Scott Jennings to paint the landscape about what a hypocrite and how weak this guy is. Let's hear what he had to say right after January 6th, where he had a moment of moral clarity.
Scott, should President Trump remain in office for the next 2 weeks?
Well, I've been wrestling with this question all day. I mean, he's clearly violated his oath of office to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution to the best of my ability. And no one could, with a straight face, argue that he is preserving, protecting, or defending it. In fact, it's the opposite of defending it. It's under attack. And so he's certainly not doing any of that to the best of his ability. So if you wanted to strictly look at his oath, he's violated it. You could probably make an argument he violated it this weekend when he called the Georgia Secretary of State as well, which seems like a lifetime ago. I don't know the answer. I know that there are things being discussed. I don't know what the right thing to do is. Tonight, he doesn't seem like, to me, based on the tweets that were removed, that he learned any lesson after this got out of hand today. This is what you get when you steal an election. He didn't learn anything when this happened today. And so if that's going to be his attitude for the next 2 weeks, I'm very fearful of what other insurrection type activities. And that's exactly what it was. It was an insurrection. And it should be labeled as such. I can't believe more people haven't been arrested for storming the Capitol of the United States. And I can't frankly believe there are still Republicans tonight siding with the people who stormed the Capitol by voting for these objections, siding with the people who are wearing animal pelts and horns and scaling down the walls of the U.S. Senate. It's absurd, and it's a stain on this president, on our party, on our country. And I cannot believe what I saw on my television today and had to explain to my children at home.
I mean, the indignation. I mean, he is outraged. American democracy was under attack. Trump cannot be trusted. There were Republicans still defending him. He's outraged, which proves that even weak, pitiful assholes have moments of clarity.
Very brief.
Very brief. But here he is last night after John Kelly says that Trump wishes his generals were like Hitler's generals.
If you're worried about Hitler and you're talking about Donald Trump, maybe open your eyes and take in what's happening on the American left in this country. So those are the Hitlers I'm worried about.
Let me address this, but I also...
It's gross. Here's the thing. One asshole at CNN would be par for the course. But you have hundreds of assholes that work for Trump in the House of Representatives, in the Senate. They have morally bankrupted themselves. Clear as day. And I keep going back to what Obama has been saying when he is doing these rallies for Vice President Harris. When did this become okay? When did the lack of accountability, when did truth not matter? When did democracy not matter? When did being a good person not matter? When did lying not matter? They don't give a fuck.
As to what he said in that clip, he said, look at the American left. There are Hitlers everywhere. And I want to point out that there is only one political party where they have these little boat rallies and these little cult rallies where you see a Make America Great Again flag that says Trump, and then a Nazi flag below it. And nobody in that campaign says, we do not have room for this in our party. Get out. You're not welcome here. These ideals are not welcome here. And Scott Jennings, in an absolute stain on CNN, tries to promote a false equivalency by saying, oh, look at all the Hitlers on the left. That is completely false. He's trying to Sane-Wash Trump in the embrace of the American right of authoritarian ideals, anti-democratic ideals, and the normalizing of Hitler. He just attempted to say, oh, you want to talk about Hitler? Look at all the Hitlers running around. We cannot normalize this. And he is attempting to do it. He should be fired from CNN. It is completely disqualifying to try to normalize Adolf Hitler and his regime. And here's another clip where he tries to, again, Sane-Wash, false equivalencies. He's riled up about Eminem. Listen to this.
Everything that's said about Donald Trump and his treatment of women and the gender gap in this campaign, this rapper, who I fully admit sold a lot of records, if you've read some of the things he has said about the promotion of domestic violence.
No. What he said,
against women.
He said if you're famous,
Bakari,
you can grab him by the.
Bakari, I listened to your entire filibuster. If you could just give me 13 seconds.
I give you 12 because he said grab him by the.
And so when you think about the things he has said in order to sell those records, and you also consider some of the questions that are swirling around Harris's own husband in this regard.
Oh my God. You don't even get 12 seconds.
I'm
not going to let you go into the far end of BS.
I'm just telling you.
Scott,
Like, you can't go. Listen, I can't represent you in the defamation case.
We're gonna stop here for a second.
This guy is the biggest piece of shit on the planet. You cannot, it's a false equivalency to say that Donald Trump, who is a candidate for the president of the United States, is on the same playing field as a rapper. And then the underhanded attack on the second gentleman, completely unsubstantiated claims that they have completely tracked to Russian propaganda troll farms. He just wants to get it out there. He wants to try to say, oh, Donald Trump likes Hitler, well, so do they. Well, Donald Trump's bad to women, well, so is Eminem and the second gentleman. Nobody is running for president here except for Donald Trump. Donald Trump is running for president. And here's a guy I want to point out. This may surprise you very little. He was an advisor to Mitch McConnell.
Of course he was, because we know Mitch McConnell can't even defend his own wife. So here's what I think about Scott Jennings. He's a paid hack. He's moralless. He's without ethics. He doesn't give a fuck about what's going on in the country. I just, the whole thing, it grosses me out. Like, where was his outrage when Donald Trump was found liable for Eugene Carroll? Where was he when they grabbed him by the pussy?
He was defending Trump.
Of course.
He was defending Trump. Scott Jennings is a weak lapdog who is 1,000% obsequious to Donald Trump. This is full-blown white supremacist sycophant. He wants to cling on and he wants to defend all the disgusting, horrible things. And this is, the Republican Party used to be, oh, we're patriots. We're so patriotic. This guy is the weakest, most anti-American hack. And CNN, because they're owned by some Trumpers up at the top. They keep pieces of shit like this on. And we just wanted to take this afternoon to let everybody know that Scott Jennings at CNN is a weak, slimy, moralless, unpatriotic, teeny-weeny piece of shit.
Beta male, I'll just add that.
Yeah, it's a good one. Zeta male. He is a Zeta male.
Right.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys later.
It's so